There is a reason that dread sets in the night before you return to work. A silent heaviness that creeps in as the clock ticks down your final hours of freedom. You feel the weight before you even open your eyes. Obligation, expectation, the world's demands, waiting for your first movement. It's not unique. Most people sense it but rarely face it head on. There's comfort in distraction, in noise, in blaming the grind or the system. But comfort is the problem. Comfort, left unchecked, calcifies into apathy. And then you start convincing yourself that resistance means you're not cut out for this. That if work feels like a cage, escape is victory. But the cost of comfort compounds in silence, quietly eroding your edge. That discomfort, the anxiety before you step back into reality, it's not evidence of weakness. It is the first test of resilience. Every year, millions drift through their 9-to-5s waiting for a spark to reignite their drive. But the world is indifferent. It will not accommodate your mood or your fatigue. It will bury you in distraction if you let it. Your phone is a weaponized distraction. Your habits respond to the dopamine drip far more than your internal compass. Noisy minds, unfinished work, ambition that sedates itself with another coffee, a scroll, a complaint. It's not that people are lazy. It's that people are comfortable enough to accept stagnation as normal. And the ones who burn out often burned bright, yes, but without direction. Eventually, spirit and schedule collapse under their own weight. Comfort, distraction, numbness, all roads to the same destination, a life inert, drifting from task to task. The Roman philosopher Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Letters to Lucilius, Letter 1. Consider that quietly for a moment. Time is not your enemy. Waste is. A day at work is not a sentence. It is a canvas, but it demands you approach it with presence. Not burnout, not resentment, not passivity, but with discipline that does not rely on mood. Work, for many, has become a dirty word. Sometimes it's because you feel like a cog. Sometimes you question the purpose at the core. But even in the smallest task, purpose is not assigned. It is chosen. The act of showing up with intention, that's purpose. Deciding to meet the day instead of waiting for inspiration to knock. Discomfort is not the enemy. Distraction is not neutral. It steals from you silently, without force. Your power is to notice, to return again and again to the present task. Discipline, when done right, is not cruelty. It is clarity. It is deciding in full awareness to do what must be done, regardless of comfort. You get up, you put your feet to the ground, you start. Not because you feel like it, but because the path to purpose is paved with repeated, deliberate action. Do not wait for meaning to reveal itself. Boredom and repetition are forging tools, sharper than any burst of motivation. So the question isn't whether work deserves your best, or if the world will reward your effort today. The question is whether you're willing to do what most never will. To return intentionally to the uncomfortable space where growth actually happens. Nobody is coming to save you from the weight. Nobody is responsible for lighting your purpose from the outside. You build it brick by brick, task by task. Audit your habits. Remove the friction that opens the door to distraction. Don't scroll. Set the phone down on the other side of the room. Start small, but start. 5 minutes of deep focus is infinitely more valuable than an hour of scattered attention. Make your workspace intentional. Clean the desk. Arrange your tools. Signal to yourself that work is a ritual, not a punishment. Remember, your time is a finite currency. Do not surrender it to mental noise or routine boredom. Discomfort is proof you are growing. Embrace it with open eyes, not a clenched jaw. Control your inputs. Guard your time like treasure. The world will not stop for your fatigue, but you can control your response. You decide what distracts you. You choose how you return. Not as a passenger, but as a craftsman in your own life. There is dignity in showing up when it's hard. There is power in returning, day after day, on purpose. You will forget why some days. You will feel resistance every time the calendar resets. But strength is showing up regardless. Work is not a punishment. It is a proving ground. You test your own resolve brick by brick. You earn discipline with every deliberate return. Choose hard things. Face your discomfort directly. Let daily work be the forge that strengthens you, not the leash that tames you. Every morning is a new trial, a new chance to prove that you can endure, adapt, and overcome. Return to your work. Return to yourself. And know this, the iron will that keeps going through resistance, that will is what outlasts comfort, complaint, or circumstance. That is how you rise. This is Iron Creed.